is on a charity run all the way from John O Groats to Land's End, driven by Olly Harrison, who is a farmer up near Liverpool, and he's raising money for Mind and Children's Cancer UK, which is very close to my heart because I lost my nephew to cancer many years ago. He's got huge support, an amazing Claas combine. What an incredible fella. And he's staying with us at the Cotswold Farm Park tonight. We'll let him get parked up and we'll go and meet him.
Well, today I had a phone call and I've been called cancer free, so that's been a bit of a big day, and then including all of this as well, it's all sort of linked in really well. So been back and forth chatting with Olly, and it's incredible what they're doing. It really is like mental, all the way from the top of Scotland to the bottom of England in a big old combine. So yeah, they're definitely proven stuff for agriculture, and are great causes as well for both children with cancer and Mind, so they're doing good for the world. Olly mate, you're a good chap and you've done a great thing for both agriculture and the world, just everything. You've done a great job, congratulations.
Olly and his team have been absolutely brilliant with Rupert, allowing him into the combine and just having a trip. He's having a rough time. He's not at college with his mates learning at the minute. He's not living a life a 17-year-old should be living. And to have a moment like this today has been amazing. And for Olly to be raising awareness. So talk about it, everyone. Talk about it with your loved ones. With someone you don't know, it's sharing how you feel can just reduce the burden massively.
So here's the man, Olly Harrison. Amazing feat you're taking on.
Yeah. Thought it was a good idea. The first 2 days it was a good idea. Today's been hard though.
Has it?
Really, really hard, yeah.
And how did the idea come about?
Well, tragically, a friend of mine 7 years ago took his life, and me and him had a big passion for big combines. And when I got talking to James that works for the dealership that was servicing my machine, he said he'd lost a friend doing the same thing, took his life. So we were like, we need to do something. And we're like, we should, why don't we take a combine from John O Groats to Land's End? And that was 7 years ago, and it took 7 years to sort of come to fruition because he was getting married, and then we had 2 years of COVID, then we had a fuel crisis, wars, all this kind of thing. Anyway, this year we're like, look, if we say a date, that's what we're going to do, and we just get everything in place for it. So we've done it.
I've known Olly for probably 13 years now, and when his friend Dave passed away, we got talking, he told me, and I said, yeah, my friend's passed away, and we come up with the idea to do this. John O Groats to Land's End on a combine. Olly has got a massive following now on YouTube, and the following that he's got has helped with the fundraising, which is massive, and the people which are filling the roads, which is absolutely brilliant because it keeps you going. And like all the people that are here now, it's just like phenomenal, really. The biggest thing now with like Olly, we say talk about social media, the following, that's half the problem. Half the problem is that everyone's comparing themselves on social media to someone else, and it's just outrageous, really. Don't, just be yourself, and that's the best thing I could say.
And so you're also supporting Children with Cancer UK?
Yeah, so Claas have been brilliant with sorting out all the transport and everything. That's actually my machine. We were going to use one of their demonstrators, but they don't come in the country till July, and we wanted to do it in June because July we're busy. So their charity of the year is Children with Cancer, so we're like, well, we can raise money for 2 people, it's easy.
Exactly,
so just made the Just Giving page a little bit complicated because you have to set it up as a team and 2 team names, but it's worked. So people are going on and donating to whether they want Mind or Children with Cancer or both. It's brilliant. So
I lost a friend who was a farming friend of mine, took his own life as well, which, as you know, is tragic. And I lost a nephew to cancer, so I'm completely, at one with those charities. It's brilliant what you're doing. So you're going all the way from John O Groats to Land's End.
Yes.
In how many days?
4.5. Trying to do 200 mile a day. The first day we did 238. Yesterday we did 212. And I'm not sure what the counter is today. We thought it was 200, but it might be a little bit more.
Sharing the driving?
Yeah. So there's a team of 4 of us. So I'm normally doing the morning bit because that means in the afternoon I can film and edit and make videos and document it. Brilliant. And there's obviously no one really up, but there is, because people know we're setting off at 5. We've got a tracker on it, so people are logging in to see where we're at, and they're stood on the side of the road. But one of the things we're trying to do is, it's not just raising money, it's raising awareness of mental health. People just need to talk more. You know, first thing you do is, you're all right, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. It's the biggest lie in the world. Just answer how you are as a percentage, and that's why we've got it written on the side of the machine. And you know, if people just are truthful, if they're not having a good day and they say, I'm 50, 60%, you know, generally you'll say, why is that? And it just gets people talking. And it's just so simple, and it could make a real difference if everyone starts to think like that.
I know when we filmed with you up at your farm, and you said that to me, and you said, you know, if you ask someone how they are, you know, how are you in percent, or how are you out of 10? And I now use that, and it does make people sit and you say, oh, I'm 6 out of 10. And you think, oh, that's not so good. Yeah. Or I'm 8 out of 10. No, that's okay.
Yeah. Or if you do know someone you think that they don't see in themselves, and you say, oh, you're right, and they go, yeah, yeah. You say, are you sure? And you know, it opens that conversation up a bit more then.
I know several young farmers in my area who have found themselves in a very awkward position. They found themselves isolated, mostly, and a lot of it is through pride in not wanting to ask for help. And that has led to them being in pretty bad places. And I feel it's very, very important to take that bravado culture out of whatever we're doing and just ask for help. Your friends are your friends, whatever you do. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you own, it doesn't matter what you wear. Your friends will be your friends. And you've got to remember that when you start thinking about mental health. Your friends will be there for you. To raise awareness is the main principle of what we've done, and so I think we've done that by what we see all over the socials and with the people that we've met on the side of the road, which has been absolutely breathtaking. The support that we've found and the people waving their percentage on the side of the road to us from the top of Scotland so far down to the Cotswolds is just immense, and it's very, very emotional. It really is an emotional thing to see them come out in force like that. And so we've really enjoyed it, we've had fun.
What I found really interesting is we've come the length and breadth nearly, and we've been encouraged to put a sign up saying how they are. A few people have done it today, and one guy right in the Highlands of Scotland had a sign saying 60%, and I thought, that's quite low, and he's had to sit there and think about it before he's written it down, and it just brings it home really. Sure. Yeah. And you know, and that piece of paper or that piece of cardboard will knock about a bit before it goes in the bin, and it might make you think, well, I'm a bit more, I'm a bit less, and it's a strange one really. Sure.
And the fuel, so a lot of people would think this is a gas guzzling thing. What's going on?
Yeah, so we did think about that, and to be fair, it was one of the reasons why we didn't do it last year, because fuel was short, but Certas Energy have kindly provided the fuel for us, but it's HVO, which is basically stands for hydrated vegetable oil, so it's 100% renewable fuel. And it's basically what the combine can harvest. So a lot of it's made of OSR oil.
Oilseed rape, yeah. And
I think we worked out that machine could harvest enough in 6 minutes to power it for this whole journey.
Wow, incredible.
So, you know, that just puts it into perspective of what we're doing.
Hi Olly, we just want to thank you so much for choosing us Certas to support your amazing combine challenge, bringing awareness to mental health and also supporting the 2 charities. You've done amazing. So to all you fabulous farmers who are supporting Olly, use code Olly23 here at Certas and we'll give you £20 off any of your fuel orders.
Mental health is a big problem throughout the country. We're driving throughout the country with something big. Yeah. You know, the synergy there, I don't quite know what you'd call it, but that's what we're going to do. 4 of us riding on cycling or whatever, or in an old car, it's not going to do anything. Whereas something big like that, you know, I think we'll be the first tracked machine to ever do it. We're the widest machine, I think, to ever do it, and I think we're the first combine to ever do it.
Did you have to get permission from the police?
Yeah, we had to notify every force that we passed through, which was quite a job. Although Scotland was really easy because we just told the whole of Scotland, and they were like, "Oh, that's great." Whereas all the other forces, we had to tell them all the different bits. So yeah, but it's come together. Ian in the office has been a massive help that works for me. He's done all the paperwork. I'm rubbish with that. I'm dyslexic, so I don't like stuff like that. But Ian's really good at it.
I think that farmers really just shrug it off and just get on with their day-to-day life because they are just so busy. And sometimes it takes somebody to actually sit you down and have a conversation about mental health. I think it's, you know, a lot more people more aware of it nowadays than what they ever have been in the, you know, in the past. I think here, because of the nature of the businesses that we do, we are, you know, very interactive between each other and look out for each other. I'd like to think that if there was any issues, you know, that they would be spoken about and discussed and sorted out, really. I think farming's a great career. It's really done me proud, and it's really good to see young people coming in. And, you know, I think the wages are getting better, the conditions are good, you know, and there's a great lifestyle out there as well.
So I've got Kaleb and Olly with me in front of the amazing combine. Kaleb, have you got any experience of sort of mental health problems in agriculture?
I haven't personally, but I mean, as a whole, I mean, for a farmer, you know, you can sit in the tractor for 10, 12 hours a day and not speak to anybody. I'm quite lucky. I've got a lot of people around me, a good team, etc., people to ring. But there's some people out there that will sit on their farm all day long and never ever speak to someone. And I think this is a good, I mean, what you're doing today, Olly, congratulations and well done you. But you know, it just raises awareness, and just speak to someone, pick up the phone and ring someone, that's all it takes. But yeah.
And there are so many pressures, aren't there? We're working on our own often, but also, you know, there's taking on the family farm, there's financial pressures, you're trying to beat the weather, and it's not easy.
I don't think anyone can really, I mean, explain how hard that is as for a farmer or for a family member or anyone. But it's, I mean, like I said, you know, to point this out and just speak to someone and say, are you okay? And what's the logo on your back? What's it on the back? There you go. How are you today? There you go. How are you today?
Yeah, a percentage. And it's good, isn't it, making a percentage? How are you today?
Yeah, what I think.
Percentage?
I've got probably got 20%. Maybe like due dates today.
That's how nervous you are. You're looking pretty happy though. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Third one.
Yeah, no, second.
Oh, second,
no,
sorry.
Two.
Oh, goodness me. Do you know whether it's a girl or a boy?
Little girl.
Okay, so you then got one of each?
One of each.
Pigeon pair, they say, don't they?
That's it.
And then what?
And then I just keep farming.
No more babies?
No more babies.
Yes, in our team, obviously, we spend a lot of time working alone. So time together is really important to build morale. We're a close-knit team here now. There's only a few of us. But it certainly helps when you've got someone to come back to and have a laugh with. Things go past so quickly, day by day. You sort of lose track, and actually taking a moment to think about actually how you are and whether you are where you should be mentally. Yeah, it's important. It's a good way of making you think about it, certainly. I think the stigma's fading now on mental health, and I don't think anyone would look unkindly on you if someone spoke out and said, look, I'm not feeling right. Yeah, we're all here.
I mean, the big thing about mental health is it's okay not to be okay, but it's just talk. You know, be honest how you feel. Just say, you know, I'm not 100% today, or I'm 50% or 60%. You know, and you generally find that every day someone somewhere will be suffering, and just talking to people, sharing the load. You know, a problem shared is a problem halved.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are suffering from mental health, don't suffer alone, because you're not alone. There are thousands of people in your position. It isn't unusual. You just need to speak to your family, to your friends, or to one of the amazing charities that can help you. And we can all pull through this together. Well, it's great that Olly has chosen us as one of his stop-off points on the way to Land's End. Even Kaleb's popped out to say hello, and a big crowd of people, and a team behind this drive all the way from John O Groats to Land's End. There's a link on the bio, and that goes to Olly's Just Giving page for Mind and Children with Cancer UK. So please give generously.